The following matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of PLAAY Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. And with 5 minutes and 11 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like Game 5 will be played out, but here's the situation. The Bruins, should they win or lose, won't win this time frame, as the Habs secured their 5th time frame win in 7 time frames matchups, as we here in this project, as the Habs moved to a time frame project record of 5-1-1. So they lost 1. So yeah, the Habs lost 1, won 5, and they tied 1. So with that being said, you're as we get set for this penultimate game for Game 5, the Habs already won the time frame, but for decency, the Bruins look to win this game. Otherwise, the Habs are going to win it by a final time frame score of maybe 4-1 or 3-2, depending on how the outcome of this game will be. The clock is at 5 minutes and 11 seconds. It will reach 0 in the middle of this game. So once that happens, I will take a look at from the time when the clock hits 0 to the time that I say stop the clock on the actual recording, time on my on OBS. I'm using OBS to record all these games and all the games of this time frame and of this project. So without further ado, with 5 minutes and 11 seconds left, let's get right into it. For the final time this time frame, will the clock operator please start the clock? We got a visitor scoring chance right off the bat with a 25. Home goalie must make spec save. Ken Dryden needs to... Oh, excuse me. Yes. Yes, home goalie must make 25. Yes, spec save. So it looks like 1 or 2 will do it. Otherwise, 3, 4, or 5 or 6 won't do it, and Boston will be in front. Boston is in front. Boston is in front, and let's see how many assists, or excuse me, who scored the goal? 9. Player with the second best shot rating. So the best right now is Marchand. The second best is going to be a tie between Hathaway, Coyle, and Lindholm. I do want to keep Lindholm out there, so we're going to go down to Hathaway or Coyle. It's Hathaway. And it'll be Charlie Coyle. And how many assists? 4. So right, oh, excuse me, 2 assists. So it looks like Marchand and Lindholm. Unfortunately for Lindholm, he has to swap places, even though I told him not. Even though I already said he's going to stay out there. So again, it was Coyle from Marchand and Lindholm. We got a quality check, this time between players 1 and 3. Wilson and, excuse me, yes, Wilson and Bergeron. We're looking for smart. Both guys have smart, and we move on to the next segment in this one. We got a home scoring chance of a 23. Visitor goalie must make spec save. Oh, Swayman needs to make it 1, 2, 3, or 4. A 5 or 6 will not do so. Oh my goodness. And Montreal is going to score the goal. Game is tied at 1. Let's see who scored it. 10. Player with the second best shot rating. So the best is Shot. The second best is Jacques Lemar. So Jacques Lemar will score the goal. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Robinson and Shutt will be your assist takers for the Jacques Lemar game tying goal. We got a quality check, this time between players 5 and 2, Nyrop and Hathaway. We're looking for star. Neither player has star, and we move on to the next segment in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 24. Home goalie must make spec save. 1 or 2 will do so for Ken Dryden. And he does. So nobody flips, and we move on to the next segment. Penalty check between both players in 5, as both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5. Ref says, keep playing on, gentlemen, but if you do it again, or if I catch either one of you doing something silly, you're going to the sin bin. And with that, the first period will come to a close. At the end of 20, it's 1-1. We're deadlocked at 1 apiece. Home scoring chance of a 45. Any home player with a power play circle star creates a power play goal. Once again, the Habs don't have a power play circle out there, so that's not going to do anything for them. And in this 5th minute of the second period, so we move on to the next segment. Visitor scoring chance of a 55. Home player in 5. That's Nyrop. He stops the goal. He stops the goal from, a Boston goal from scoring as zeros expire on the clock with hit or a square. He does have hit and he does have a square, so he's going to stop that one. So game 5, this is going to be it, as the Habs will take this time frame, aim either by the final of 4-1 or 3-2. We move on to the 15th minute of the second period with a quality check. Both players in 4 are going to be looked at. We're looking for skill. Both have skill, and we move on in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 56. Any home player with a square stops the visitor goal. Pick your poison between Gainey, Roberts, Robinson, and Lapointe. I'm not going to pick Lapointe just in case if ever I need to pick out a power play circle star. I'm not picking Lapointe this time. So it's either going to be Gainey, Roberts, or Robinson. So 1-2, it's Gainey. 3-4 is Roberts. 5-6 is Robinson. And it's it'll be Jimmy Roberts who stops the goal from scoring. And we move on in this one. And after 40 minutes, we are still deadlocked at 1 apiece. Quality check between both players in 2, Lafleur and Pasternak. We're looking for power. Both guys have power. I'm sorry. Pasternak has power as he moves in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to put the Bruins ahead with a 5 or a 5 with a blank or a 6. a 4 or 5 with a dot will not do it. And Dryden makes the save. This game is becoming an average Habs versus Bruins rivalry game. And let's move on and see what happens here as we head to a visitor scoring chance. 54. Home player in 4. That is Robinson. He stops the Boston goal from getting past him with a quality roll of hit or a square. He does have hit and he does have a square. So that is going to be it for that segment as we remain tied at 1 apiece. Home scoring chance of a 60, not 63, sorry, of a 23. Visitor goalie must make spec save. Jeremy Swayman is known for a lot of these. 4, 1, 2, 3, or 4 will do so. 5 or 6 won't do it. Jeremy Swayman stands on his head as he makes the spec save. So nobody will flop, nobody will flip. And let's take a look at the final segment here before we possibly head to sudden death overtime. Penalty check between both players, not both players, sorry, between Savard and DeBrusque. Both guys have the same penalty rating, and guess what, folks? Game number 5 of this time frame is going to sudden death overtime. And again, the way how overtime works, we're going to be playing out the same way as playoff hockey, with until a goal, either team scores a goal. We're going to play out the same 4 segments of 5 minutes each. The first period is going to be the first overtime. Second period is the second overtime. Third period, is the third overtime. Yada yada yada. So without further ado, let's reset the stage and let's get right into it with sudden death overtime presented by Pizza Kingdom, the official pizza joint of the PLAAY Games community. We got a quality check between players 2 and 1. That's Tremblay and Bertuzzi. We're looking for hit. Tremblay has hit. This could be it. Jeremy Swayman needs to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the save. Otherwise, it's game over. He does. Wow. Jeremy Swayman at the right place at the right time bails out his teammate, Tyler Bertuzzi. Man, oh man, and we continue on in this first overtime period with a home scoring chance of a 44. Any home player with a power play circle creates a power play goal. You bet I kept Guy Lapointe out there. Oh, they're up. Yep, Robinson needs to flop. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm right. Guy Lapointe does have the power play circle star out there, as he is going to create a power play goal opportunity with a 2 with a 3 with a blank, or 3 or a blank. Sorry, 3 and a blank through a 6. He does, and the Habs win it. Stop the clock. Wow. Guy Lapointe scores the game-winning power play goal as the Habs take this time frame by a final score of 2-1 and take the time frame, winning 4 games to 1. Wow, 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 wow. Let's see who got the assists on the power play goal. 6, 1 assist. It looks like we're going to give it to Pete Mahovlich, who's going to assist Mr. Guy Lapointe on the game winner on the power play. So the the Habs will win this one, advance their record to 5-1-1, in this project, winning 4 games to 1, and in Game 5 by the final of 2-1. So without further ado, stay tuned for the Bitty Beer Game 5 game summary presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer, as well as staying tuned for the next Wheel of Fate spin coming up right after we share with you the time frame stats presented by Bitty Beer. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2022-23 Boston Bruins. We look forward to bringing you future time frame matchups throughout the 2024-25 National Hockey League's regular season whenever games are being played. Once again, it's that time of day again where we figure out to see who will play the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens next in this Gauntlet Challenge. Without further ado, please direct your attention to the Bitty Beer Team Selector Wheel presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please drink responsibly. It has big taste at a bitty price. Bitty Beer. Without further ado, let's spin the wheel. And it looks like the 95-96 Philadelphia Flyers will be playing the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens next in this Gauntlet Challenge. But between the Flyers and the Habs, who's going to be the home team? As always, please direct your attention to the Dot Cola home team selector wheel, as it's already decided. The 76-77 Montreal Canadiens to be the home squad for the next time frame. So there you have it. The 95-96 Flyers will take on the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens in the next time frame. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in to today's action. If you liked what you saw in the game, if you liked, or excuse me, I should say, if you liked how things are being played out, please leave a like on this video. As always, if you have not done so already, please hit the subscribe button and turn on that notifications bell so that way you don't miss out on anything when it comes to this project, as well as other content that I may post here on my channel. Once again, thank you for tuning in. And as always, have a great rest of your day.